Hello class, this week's discussion board prompt is why is rap art vital to the probation profession? Has the relationship between a probation officer and his or her client differ from that of a corrections officer and an inmate? Rap art is defined as the relationship between the probation officer and his or her client. Obviously, if you don't have a relationship, relationships involve trust. You want your client to trust you as their probation officer. Keep them coming back. If you have people who, have circumstances outside of their control that, say they miss a meeting or two with their probation officer, without that relationship, you will not understand or know what those, what might be going on. It's easier to understand your client with that relationship. Obviously, the relationship between probation officers and the client, as opposed to the corrections officer and an inmate, the probation officer has to keep that client from coming back, or, they have to keep that client coming back corrections officers and inmates. An inmate is in the jail. Obviously there has to be, some type of relationship in between those two, but there's got to be trust and a mutual understanding between corrections officers and an inmate. There's got to be respect there, but it's really hard to put to words. They don't have to keep them coming back, they're already in. That's not to say that I think that the relationship between corrections officers and inmates are not as important, but I think there's definitely a difference because of the fact that in my mind that probation officers got to keep those clients coming back, and without that relationship, again, it goes back to the first question, why is rap art vital to the probation profession? Without that relationship, there's no trust. There's no, you're running the risk of that person committing more crimes. Hope you all have a wonderful week.